live on Facebook now. Here we are. Hi, Alli. Welcome, welcome. So I'm just going to talk to the people on Insta. You guys on Insta, I just want to show you. This is what's happening. Can you guys see the screen? This is what's happening on.
I can't see.
There you go. You can't see it because I'm showing. I've got my here. There we go. I'm trying to show the. They're showing a lot of other stuff there. There we go. I'm trying to show the. Can you see it now, Alli? So I'm trying to. We're doing an interview with Alli, and I just want you guys to. Hey, there's Jason. He's like, he's so proud of you, babe. Thank you.
See the comments.
You guys, I'm doing an interview on Facebook, which was where it's stable. So if you guys want to come watch, then jump on Facebook because it's much better over there. I've got an interview with the amazing Alli de Souza. Is that how you say your name? Alli de Souza? And she is from Gibraltar, which is where she lives. And I want you guys to hear her share her story about her healing journey. And jump on because Instagram keeps shutting down. All right, you guys. I'm going to end it here on Insta.
Can I see the comments or no?
What's up? Are you able to see the comments on? You might be able to. I don't know if you can. I don't know how to have you see them, but Magda Jastrab, hi. All right, so we've got viewers coming on. All right, Alli, let's start. So Alli, tell me how and where your journey started. And first of all, I want to say thank you so much. I know you're nervous, and I know that it took us a lot of courage to come on here and talk. And I want to thank you for that. And also, let's start with where you began. Like what went on so long ago that made you unwell, and when did it all start? And let's talk about it.
Let's see. 2012, first of all, thank you for having me here. Thank you. 2012, I started having joint pains, feeling very unwell, and I was having a lot of emotional problems at home. So it was all getting to me, but they were manifesting in my joints. So it took me like a year to really find out that I had, according to the doctors, an autoimmune disease, and they called it seronegative rheumatoid arthritis, which now I know what it really is. But at the time, that's what they said it was. And I was put on immunosuppressants, strong ones. I got really ill due to them. And in 2016, I read Anthony's book, and it was an eye-opener. It was like, wow, this is all the questions that I had to my condition were in this book, and it really I don't know. I felt it inside. I felt it touch my heart, and I said, this is what I have, and this is how I can heal, because I knew deep down that I could heal. So I was told that, because when you get these conditions, you're told that this is for life. Yes. And then you have to be on medication for the rest of your life, that your life will be cut short due to the strong medication. And I thought to myself, no, I'm gonna heal, because I believed inside that we all have the power to heal. So it's like I wouldn't stop. I would carry on. I would search, and I've always tried alternative
medicine.
Yeah, medicine and herbal medicine. So I've always been on that journey. So when I was told that I had to have all this medication, this strong medication, it was like, this is not for me. No. So I kept on searching, and I kept on praying, and eventually when I got to Anthony's book, it was like, wow, this is it. So
when did you find his book?
I think it's Christmas 2015. So I got it for Christmas. I asked my husband, I want this book for Christmas. It's the best present ever. So I read it in January 2016, and I started slowly incorporating the EBV protocol, removing the no food slowly, because I found it a bit difficult.
Yeah.
Like
many people will relate to you who are saying it's difficult. You know, you've got a lot of people saying hello to you. There's Lori, Lakian, there's Vanessa, Kathy, Jody, Julie, Magda, Amy. A lot of people are coming on and saying hi. So,
hi everyone. So it was a bit. I found it a bit difficult removing the no foods, but eventually I did, and because if those foods were feeding the viruses, which I knew I had now, I couldn't afford to keep on having these foods and feeding the viruses. So I knew I had to remove it, but it was a bit hard, but very worth.
What you got there, right? So eventually you got rid of the foods. You read the books, you started the protocols. Then what happened after that? What was the next step of your journey after you took out all of the no foods?
It was, the thing is that year that I started all the protocol and everything it was a tough year. It was I had to take my son for operation in UK. Then my father had heart operations which didn't go well, and he was ill for 7 months. So I was doing it, but at the same time I wasn't I couldn't focus on it. Like, so you just can't go into a hole and say, yeah, I'm doing this. Life happens around you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, things happen and it affects us. So it was a bit tough. And my husband had an operation. So things happened. Then my father died, and I got a really bad flare. I got really ill, as you know, and even though I was on the protocol for a whole year, and I thought, well, a whole year is like I'll be well in a year. And it wasn't the case. It was like I was still there, and I really got ill. And you know it, I really got ill. I was bed bound for 3 months, wheelchair bound after that for 3 months, and it was really tough, even on the protocol. And there was a point there that I lost a bit of faith.
Hope.
Yeah, I lost it, and it was like.
I'm really glad you're talking about this, Alli, because people need to hear it. You know, I think when we hear healing stories online, you know, you go to Anthony's Instagram and there's all these beautiful healing stories, and you hear people posting, and you know, he's putting it on email, and everyone's hearing about these stories, and people who are struggling think, I feel bad reading this story because I'm not healing. How come such and such person healed so quickly? How come such and such person didn't struggle? But it's important, I think, for you to share your struggle, because you got so much worse before you got better, right?
It's like, I was the same. I was like, and I would read the stories and I was like, yeah, I'm happy for them, but I'm getting worse. And
exactly.
But I would like to share that to all those people, because I know there's loads of people that they're not that well. They're still doing it, but they're really sick. And I want to.
Hi, Laura.
I want to tell them that not to give up, to carry on, even though it seems as if you're not moving forward, because that's how I felt at some point. It's like I could not get out of bed. I could not have a shower, and I was on the protocol. And I'm like, and I had, on top of that, I had the whole world telling me I was doing the wrong thing, because that's how it felt to me.
The whole world, right? Everyone sees you getting worse, and they say it's because of the protocol that you're getting worse. And so this is a stupid idea. Don't do it.
Why don't you go to why don't you go to a doctor? And I was like, well, yes, I do go to a doctor. I have my rheumatologist. I do take the immunosuppressant, you know it, but I want to wean myself off. The thing is that I can't just stop it, because I can't.
You can't.
You can't. It's like,
you tried.
It's like, yes, I have tried. It's like a painkiller, so it's helping me heal at the same time whilst I'm doing all this, the protocol.
Yeah.
So if you try to explain this to someone that doesn't believe in this, it's very hard. And I've tried, and I don't try anymore. I just do it because I know that I will get there. But it's very hard when people see you in a wheelchair, when they see you ill, and they want to help you, because I understand that they want to help you and they advise you and you're doing the wrong thing. But it's like, no, I know deep inside that I'm doing the right thing. But how do you explain that to someone that doesn't believe it?
So hard.
It is very hard. But I am very strong-headed and I carry on. Or hard-headed, no? So I carry on, and as I know it's the right thing, I will carry on. And I am healing. And even the rheumatologist, I went a few months ago, and he said to me, it's incredible. It's because your inflammation, the inflammation markers in the bloods, the highest is a 5, and I had it in 150 when I went last year.
The first time, right? Yeah.
And he said, wow, look at you now. I don't know hardly anybody that's been that bad and is so well now. And I haven't told him about this because I know he doesn't believe it, because I tried at the start. So, but I know that one day I will, and I will tell him my story, and hopefully he'll listen.
I hear you. Yeah, I mean, I have tears in my eyes. I know you can't hear them, but Alli, what would you say to somebody? I mean, first of all, it takes a lot of faith, right? It takes a lot of, so what helped you reignite your faith? When you were losing faith, what kept you going?
I prayed a lot, all the time. I would pray every night. I would ask. It really it makes me sad, because I was so low, and now I'm not like that. So I'm happy now, and I'm in a good place. But I was so bad that I wanted my life to end. So I would pray every single night for help, and I believe that I have been helped and I've been guided to get better, because, and I don't know, maybe I have a purpose in this life that I need to share. I don't know. But
definitely have a purpose to help others. I know that for sure. So when you prayed and you were able to gain hope, what Habime, you know Habime from our group, Habime says, one day you will walk into the doctor's office and drop the mic. Bam. You will. Those markers, those blood work results are incredible. If there's people watching who are struggling with their faith and struggling with hope and are getting worse, what would you say to them?
To never give up. Never give up, because it's the last thing you lose. There's always a little bit of hope. There's always, because I've been there, so I understand. And when I see someone suffering, when I see someone in a wheelchair, I feel it.
Your compassion opens up to them, right?
I've been there, and it brings tears to my eyes, because I know. And I would tell them never ever to give up, because we are here for a reason. So we should never give up. But I know it's
is it your daughter, Amy Marie de Souza? Yeah. She's saying, I'm so proud of you, Mom. You are an inspiration and my everything. Oh.
My family have suffered a lot as well. They have been my strength. My husband has been through every single struggle that I've had. He's been with me. He's done everything for me.
And he's supported you, and he's a medical professional, yes?
But it was, he can post something, because it was hard for him at the beginning with the protocol.
Yeah.
He thought, like everybody else around me, that I was losing weight, as you know. I didn't look well. So for them, I was not eating properly. I was not, even my doctor would say, you have to put on weights. They wanted they wanted to put me in hospital so that I could be fed.
Yeah.
So it's been hard for him as well, but he believes in natural and everything that I'm doing right now, and he's doing it himself. His cholesterol levels have gone down for the first time ever.
Hey, Jason, high five. That's great. That's great. Healing your liver, right? That's amazing. I mean, Alli, I wanted to ask you, and just to remind everybody here that you're still on your journey, right? And so you're still on drugs too.
Yeah, but I will stop. Yes,
But what I want people to hear, because some people think that it's either natural or not.
No.
And what I want people to hear is that you can still heal, even if you're taking a drug.
Yeah.
Right?
Of course.
Because of, there's some beautiful comments here. Jason says, love you, babe. You're our strength and inspiration. Kabime says, your compassion for others has grown, and your family members have also grown their compassion because of you. Everyone is making hearts of gold.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And you're so welcome. I played a very small role. You guys did all the work. And so I want to come to, what role did the cleanse play in your life? Because I know that you eventually joined one of the online programs. I know you did the mastery, but that's kind of separate. But I want to talk about the cleanse because that's the shorter one. What did that, even though you were a client, right? You were a client. We had seen each other privately, but that was separate. But you came onto the online program and you had a wonderful thing to share about that. So how did that help your journey in particular?
It helped me a great deal. It's like, I wasn't sure, I wasn't sure if to join or not. It was like, I don't know, as I was a client, I thought, well, I can speak to you whenever, but I don't know, the cleanses, I've never joined one before, but it helped me be more on top of what I was eating. So because you have all the daily plans, that you write everything down.
Plans, a shopping list, everything is provided. Yeah.
And I every night I would sit down, I would write, and I got into this routine. So really, I was eating better. I was eating more because maybe I wasn't eating so much, because when you change your diets, from eating like chicken, meat, I don't eat much meat, but chicken, fish. So when you eat only vegetables, you have to eat more. So
absolutely more. You have to eat more fruits and vegetables, because in caloric content, a piece of meat that big has more calories in it than maybe 8 mangoes.
Yeah.
So if you don't know that and you're eating 2 mangoes, you're getting so many fewer calories.
So you have to eat more, what to eat, obviously. And then there was this a sense of community that you build with everybody that's going through the same thing or similar things, and you all support each other. So that's really good, because even though I felt supported at home, I didn't feel supported outside home. It's like when I go out, it's like I'm on my own. It's like, you don't need this, you don't need that. And it's like and then all the questions that people ask, because even if I didn't have a question, there were other people that would ask so many questions, and you would answer all the questions. And I was like, I've got them all saved, and obviously I can go back and check them, which is great. So I don't know, I loved it. I loved the first cleanse. I loved it because it was 2 weeks and it was every day was something. I think it helped me a great deal. And the second one, the mastery, was just, that one helped me so much, so much. But we're not talking about that when we're talking about
that now. But in the fall when we run it again, it's a really, really deep. It's a deeper journey, right? So you get to explore things that sometimes you don't get to explore in a 2-week journey or even on your own. Like we get to explore it together. So, you know, Jason's saying, I fully endorse and support everyone to follow protocols. It lowered my cholesterol for the first time ever. That's amazing. I love hearing that. You know, Jen, there's somebody who said, you need to hear this, Alli. She said, I needed to hear this about the medication. I'm still on thyroid medication and wonder every day if what I'm doing is helping while still taking it.
Yes, it is.
It is. Ichoda says, Alli, I love that your family is all here. This is so beautiful to see you and see your healing.
I didn't tell anybody else because I was too nervous, but I
just amazing. I'm actually so full of tears and joy in my heart. And just, you know, we all need this compassion in our lives, right? So I always say that one of my goals in life is to create a community that is based on compassion. And I hope that even if we're not there 100%, that we're getting there a little bit more and more each time. Because I think that compassion is the key. You know, Anthony always told me that. And it's hard to imagine how key it is until you see it in practice. And I think that when look, I'm crying. But when we come together and we're supporting each other and we're seeing each other, you know, when you go out, let me tell you something. People with chronic illness are invisible. I'm going to say this. We're invisible, right? Nobody wants to hear us. Nobody wants to look at us. It's true. We become invisible. Our society shuns us. They don't believe us. They think we're crazy. You know, and so many of you watching can feel what I'm saying because you've been there. You become not important. Like you have to give up your work. Nobody cares. If you're stuck at home, you're invisible to the world. It's you at home. It's just you. It's your family. It's just a family who's witnessing you. And like Anthony said so many times, right? Spouses have walked out on their wives when they learn that they're sick, or, you know, the wife gets diagnosed with MS and he either newly married and he's like, look, I didn't sign up for this, and they walk out. And that's what I wanted to change. You know, I have a joke because, you know, it's like we ask, you know, where are all my vegan friends? They're in my computer. So even if they're in your computer, they're still somewhere in the world, right? And so the beautiful thing is, in a cleanse, you know, we can connect with people in Australia and New Zealand. And now we have somebody from Indonesia signed up, and Italy, and all over Europe and America, all over America and Canada and Mexico. And I mean, I'm just moved. Like there's people from Dubai who signed up. There's people who are from Pakistan, from India, you know, who are interested in doing this. And so you don't remain invisible, because in these people's worlds, you just become so visible and you get seen and heard. And so what was that like for you? Like when you connected with people in the cleanse, how did you feel supported? Can you talk to that a little bit so people understand? Because I think people think that how can it feel real when it's an online program?
You feel connected because everybody shares. It's like we're all suffering. We all have illnesses, and we all want to get better. And at the same time, we all want to help each other, because we understand each other's pain. So everybody writes down what they feel, and they're very honest about it, and they want to help. So if someone has a problem that you know about, they'll share and they'll try to help you, even if maybe you don't have time to answer a question. So I don't know, I felt even just reading everybody's questions and answers, it's like you feel that everybody's really genuine and they want to help. So I don't know, I feel that it's something that I felt there that maybe I don't feel in with maybe my friends. It's not nothing. It's because maybe they're not ill and they don't understand. It's not. I I understand that as well, because if someone is not ill, maybe they don't get it.
They don't get it. I mean, it's true. It's true.
And all these people that join want to heal, and they all want the same thing. So obviously that makes it, I don't know, it makes it, everybody will understand each other and will support.
They become like family.
Yeah. So I think maybe that's how I see it.
That's really beautiful to share and for people to hear, because it really is, you can, if you've never been in the community before, it's hard to imagine how supportive it can be. And since everybody is there to heal, and I think for most people, Alli, they've never been in a community which is based on compassion and based on medical medium. So it's hard to imagine how supportive it could be, because on the internet, most of the time, it's not that supportive. So I think that, it's the number one thing is we do want to be understood. We do want to be felt and seen and heard. And it's amazing when that can happen for us,
You're breaking up a bit, so I can't hear you.
I was saying that the number one thing that we all want is to be heard and seen and felt and loved and witnessed. I think witnessing somebody is so important. If someone's alone and they don't have a witness, that's the most heartbreaking thing, right? Just when you witness somebody going through pain and you can witness them and say, look, I see you and I don't think you're faking and I know that you're saying the truth and this is real for you, and offer that help, that witnessing alone, or like, I had a post today on Facebook, which I said, listening with a compassionate ear can be one of the most healing things that you can experience.
It's true. It's true. When you have someone that's listening, yes, like as you say, with a compassionate ear, it makes all the difference. The thing, you feel it when somebody's listening that way, and you feel it when someone is just not there.
Not getting it.
Not there. Or maybe, I don't know, I talk to someone on the phone and I can feel they're not, and it's, I don't know, I before I used to get upset, now I understand. It's like they don't understand, so it's okay. It's okay. It's not their journey, it's mine. But obviously when you're with all these people, they all get it.
Yes.
And I know that I don't think this was in the intuitive cleanse. I think this was in the mastery. We had the women's circle.
Yeah, the circle was in the mastery program.
Yeah, that's great.
That was good though, right?
Yeah, so we keep on, and we text each other. I text them before, so say hi to all of them, all my friends.
They're all watching.
And I love talking to them, and we all from different places and we have different backgrounds, different illnesses, and we connect. Sometimes we cannot, but at least we message each other, and that was thanks to you. So it's all thanks to you, and really you helped me ignite as well. You asked me before, not that I what helped me ignite as well, and I told you I prayed a lot, but I think you had a big part in me carrying on, because if I wouldn't have had the reading with you, because you confirmed everything that I intuitively thought I had, but I didn't know for sure. So because just by reading a book, people would say to me, you can't just cure your illness with a book. So I was lucky that I was blessed that I got the reading with you, and you helped me so much to follow it, to carry on. And then with the cleanse and the mastery, it was just so much. It's so helpful to carry on, because that's need
the message, right, from the cleanse and the mastery that I want people to take, is that even if you don't get a reading with me, you will get so much hope and faith that you can carry on, that healing is possible. Daniela, it is being recorded, yes. It is so possible that, and this is what I speak to, that I want people to feel that if you're even like you, we're hanging on by a little thread of hope. If we can just strengthen that, then we can move on to the next level, right? It is so critical and it is so important that we take those next steps. And, and if we have to go to the doctor, that it's okay, that we need to sometimes go to the doctor, that we need to take the drugs, then we need to do those things so that we can keep functioning. Because if you weren't taking the drugs, you wouldn't be able to function because you'd be in so much pain.
I couldn't. I was in pain 24/7. It was like I couldn't sleep at night. It was awful. I had to. So, but that doesn't mean, as you said before, and the lady asked, that doesn't mean you cannot do the protocol as well.
Yeah.
Because after all, it's fruits and vegetables and supplements. So why not?
Yeah.
And I know some doctors that say, no, you can't take supplements because it would. Why not? Why can't you take a vitamin B12, a zinc, a vitamin C?
Support your body in other ways, because the drugs are still supporting you. They're still helping you.
Yeah.
Which is why, it's true, right? You couldn't live without it. You had to take it. And you could do the protocol alongside it. So I really want people to get this message that you can heal even if you're taking drugs. In fact, on this cleanse for the first time, I've introduced animal protein recipes so that people who cannot leave their animal food can still find a way to heal, because it's the same as, you can still eat a little bit of that and still include it, even if you had to do it one time every day. Right? Because you take your drugs almost every day, and you did for a while every day. So that you can still heal, you can still feel better, you can still have so much other good stuff happen, right? I talk about it like I'll use this thing like a balance scale, right? So like, this is your health and this is your sickness. This is your health and this is your sickness. So if you want to, get better and the health to go up, then you have to balance more things on this side. So even if you have something that's moving it down, like your drug or, eating animal food, too much of it, you can still, if you balance it with all the good things on this side, you stack it up, you'll still be higher. Does that make sense to people? Like, I just want you guys to understand it's a game of what's more. If you're doing most of the protocols, you're doing mostly everything right, you're taking most of the supplements, you're still going to benefit. It's just a question of timing and how quick it takes to move through something. But, I just thank you so much for sharing your journey. What else would you share? Like if you were talking to Alli a year ago, what would you say to Alli a year ago?
A year ago.
From what you know right now, right?
From what I know.
From Alli today to Alli a year ago, what would you say to her? What did you wish that you knew?
Wish that I knew that I had so much in me that I could heal. That it's like, and there's so much, because it's like we never stop learning, and I've learned so much in this past year. And I would say, hang in there because it's worth it.
Oh.
It's worth it because in the end you'll get there. And I know that I'm guessing there, of course. Look, I want to tell you I don't know if I have time.
You do have time. Go ahead.
I want to share this because for me it was last year, this time I went to a wedding, my nephew's wedding, and I went in a wheelchair.
Oh, I remember.
And this time, this Saturday, I'm going to his brother's wedding, and I'm going walking. And I'm wearing my shoes. And last year I had to wear trainers underneath my dress, and I was in pain. And this year I will go like everybody goes. Like we all take, because like I was telling my sister today, we all take things for granted.
Yes.
I was talking to her on the phone, and I said, look, I'm taking for granted that I'm walking now. But I can't, because last year, look at me. So for me, it's such a big thing. So this is a year ago. So now if I could tell myself, I would say, hang in there because you'll get there. So
amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. It's just what if you knew this then,
I wouldn't have cried so much.
And, and everyone can do it, right, Alli?
Everybody. It's in us. It's in all of us. We all can do it. Why not? Because I know some people say, no, they give up. No, we all have the ability to heal. We all have it in us. It's in us. We just have to find the right tools, find the right, like, we found this, and it's like I say, it's, well, not like I say, though, it's not that I say, but I know it's, for me, it's what will heal me. But then there's so many other things that you will learn along the way that will help you as well. So
yeah,
why not? Yes, we can all heal. And I hope that if there's anyone out there doubting it, that they feel inspired to carry on. That's what I wish.
That's a very important message. And tell people you're on Instagram and Facebook, right? Tell them where they can find you.
I'll check and see how this has come out.
It's coming out beautifully, I can tell you. Your words are inspiring and touching people's hearts. When you go back and read the comments, you're going to cry. Because I'm reading them as they're coming up. I don't see all of them. I think I see quite a few, but you are proof that we have inner strength to heal. You are the proof. Because you got to a very dark low point for a long time.
I had anxiety, I had depression, I had lost the will to live. I would cry every single time I would have a shower, and this my husband can tell you, I would cry because I wanted my life to end. And now it's like, I was mad. I want to live. Life is beautiful. But when you're in so much pain, so much, it's awful. And I understand that when people feel like that now. Yeah. And I want to say that you don't have to be there. And I know it's not easy to get from where I was to from where I'm now. And it's not just one step. It's loads of small steps.
And it's reviving that faith every day, right? Because every day you question it.
Yeah.
For a long time. You question it. Am I going to get better? Am I going to heal? Is this ever going to go away completely? And I know you have the faith now, which is much stronger, but it's how critical is it to build a faith when you're on this journey?
So critical. It's like, for me, if my faith helped me along, it's like I have been literally down on my knees crying for help. And it's those moments, those really, really dark moments, when you find your faith. Because it's I remember once crying in the bathroom and then feeling like that little bit of strength to carry on. So it's when you feel it, when you ask for it with that pain.
That pain, that depth, that conviction, like you're like you've nothing else to lose at that point. Yeah. And you're like, you're nothing. You're like, please help me. I will do anything. Show me the way.
I would write journals nearly every day, and sometimes I read it back, and there was one day that I wrote, please God, give me a break. Give me a break.
Aww.
I can't stand this anymore. So, and maybe I was crying my eyes out there. But maybe that night I would sleep a little better. Maybe the next morning I would still wake up in pain, but it gives you a little bit of hope to carry on.
Yeah. Marissa Hildebrook Mock says, I've tried so many protocols with the hope that I will be better. It's hard to think this one will work. Been following for 2 months, chronic infections, and feel pretty hopeless and won. Losing the will to fight and keep fighting. This truly made me feel like a glimmer of hope again. Thank you for sharing, Alli.
Wow, thank I'm so glad.
And Marissa, if you're wanting help on your journey, you can check out our cleanse. Jackie's been posting the link here. You know, the group will ignite your hope and your faith and your power to stay with this and guide you in the direction that you want to go in. So if you're really looking for that support, especially since you're only 2 months in, check it out and join the program, because you will get so much love and so much support and so much compassion. I promise you. And, you know, I really would love to help you if you're willing or able to join the group or find out more about it. I wouldn't want you to do this alone. That's why I created the groups, because the power of healing together is a big one. It's extremely powerful, and it's extremely, and I think when we come together with a common purpose, like you said, Alli, look, everybody's there for the same reason. When we come together, our intentions are bigger, they're magnified. And, you know, we, as you know, call in all the angelic help to help our program and to help the people heal. And to, I mean, we do so much work behind the scenes, not just with writing the program, but energetically, spiritually, emotionally, and mentally holding the whole group together. I mean, you know, when I read people's stories, I'm in tears from either their pain or suffering, or, and, you know, being able to say a prayer for somebody, even if I see their name, I'm like, I remember their name, like, let's just say a prayer for them. And then when the group admins all get together, we also all envision everybody together, like we're holding you in a circle and we're holding you together, that you're really being held by an energy of compassion. And we want to do that because we know from Anthony that compassion is the main thing that heals us. And what else would you like to share? If you had to give people a few last words, what would you say to them?
A few last words. But I think what you're saying now is you feel it. What you're saying, that you pray for everybody's health and you ask the angels, because that's what I do. I ask my angels for guidance, for help. And I think it's felt, because that's why it's we're all being helped so much, because we need that. Because it's, people say, well, I'm praying for you, I'm sending you a prayer, but I do that as well. I pray to the angels, and I pray for so, and I pray for so and so to get better. But sometimes it's like I just pray for them so that they find the journey for the healing. Because, because obviously sometimes it's not like it's, I can tell someone, look, I'm doing this, would you do it? And they go, nah, no, I don't want to do that. I've tried, like this lady, you know, she's tried loads of stuff and she doesn't know. So what I do is I pray that they find their own healing journey. And if that's it, coming and doing this is their journey. So exactly. I prayed for mine, and this was I was called to do this, because that's how things I don't know, this is how it came along. So I pray for people's journey so that they can find it as well. So yeah. I don't know what my last words, I don't know. I think that it's never lose faith, and know that you can heal, that it is in you, and ask for help, because I was never one to ask for help. And there comes a time when you do need help. And I had to see myself really, really, really bad to ask for help. And you don't have to get to that stage. You can ask for help to anyone, and find the people that will help you and understand you. Because if you're going to ask for someone that doesn't understand you and does not have compassion for what you have, don't bother. Because you will find someone that will help you. I have been blessed along this healing journey. I've been blessed with so many people that have helped me along, and it's like you wouldn't think they would have helped me, and maybe the people that you think would help you, they will not.
Yeah, it's true.
and the people that you would never think they're there for you. So go to those people and ask for help, and they will help you. And I hope that whatever I've said today will help people that to join your cleanse or to carry on with the protocol and carry on healing, because I am still healing and I know that I will carry on healing. And if things come along as you know that come along, I still, at least I've got tools to help myself. And I listen to you, I listen to Anthony, and I'll say, oh look, I found this that I can take to help me with what at least I know what I have. That's the most important part.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not like a blank, I don't know, a name that I don't even know how to pronounce. It doesn't mean anything.
Right.
I know what I have, and I know what I'm taking is healing me. And well, that's.
Thank you so much for sharing. I think the point that you made also, that each person has their own path, and how much compassion you have for people who may not necessarily choose the same path that you're choosing. I think that that's also so important for people to know, that this community has that kind of understanding. We're not saying, do MM or this is the only way you can heal. I think that people understand in this journey that even while following MM, people will do it in so many different ways. Some people will do the celery juice, and some people will do just the smoothie, or some people will just cut out the no foods. Everybody can take something from it, and it will help them. So thank you for sharing, Alli. You have moved many hearts. Many people here have been touched by what you've shared, including myself. And I'm so grateful to you for doing this. You've helped a lot of people today.
Thank you very much for having me, Muneeza, and thank you very much for helping me and supporting me.
Anytime. My greatest joy, and I'm just so happy you're on this path and getting better. Your daughter's here, very proud of you too. And I forgot to read you Habime's comment, which you were in the middle of sharing, so I didn't want to pause you then. And he said, my wife says, my best friend is in my pants. And by pants, he means his cell phone, because he's always on Facebook.
He is funny.
We love that. Thank you for the humor. Thank you for the love and the tears and the joy. And you guys, if you feel called to share this video, you can go onto Facebook and click share and share it with other people you think who might benefit from it, or tag them in a comment. So much wisdom that Alli shared. And it's a unique look at a journey that's not a perfectly, I went all natural and I did this all perfectly and I'm 100% better. It's not one of those stories. It's a story that is still in the works. She's still writing the story. And hopefully in another year, we'll hear something more from Alli. And I just want you to know that there's so much that you can share just from hearing somebody, even like, I think that she's still taking so many new steps on her journey. These are still so young in her journey, and yet it's so helpful. So please share, because people need to hear this. And this was one of the most touching interviews I've ever done. So Alli, thank you.
Thank you very much, Muneeza.
Thank you, honey.